A disaster waiting to happen. That is how Ransford Sechi, Director of Intersectoral Division of the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, described the phenomenon of springing settlement along the Weija cliff 2 years ago.
There are serious erosion which is causing cracks into the rocks and into the earth, some as deep as over 20-30 meters. And unfortunately for us as country, we have residents or people having property just downstream. The fear is that if something is not done, there is a potential of this whole thing collapsing.
I have come back here 2 years on to see if anything has changed. 73-year-old Alhassan Ashok is home alone days after heavy rains swept down portions of a ridge. In his 10 years of living here with his family, it's been a battle with falling rocks and erosion.
Now block. Now
when the rains come down, it takes over almost everything here. Some residents fixed the roads in front of their house, but the rains destroyed it.
Whenever the clouds form, he would have to use sandbags to secure the foundation of his home along the ridge. He admits living here is a huge risk.
It's scary and risky at the same time, but we have no means to relocate.
Al-Hassan is one of the dozens of settlers here who have been warned about the dangers of their continued stay. On August 14, 2017, 3 days of heavy rain sent rivers of mud crashing into houses in Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown, killing 1,141 people and leaving more than 3,000 homeless. 2 years later, on November 23, 2019, at least 29 people died in landslides caused by severe weather in West Pokot County, Kenya. Only 4 months ago, on May 8, 65 people were killed in Rwanda after heavy rains damaged houses and washed away bridges. There are fears of an imminent landslide if residents and settlers continue to remain defiant. Even worse, an earthquake could be devastating. Director of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation at the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, Kofi Krantin Abrokwa, is disappointed several recommendations for the people to be removed from the danger zone have yielded no result.
Unfortunately, the quarrying work is still ongoing, as we know, and the churches are also still springing up in those areas. We thought that people will relocate in view of what we discussed with them, the seriousness with the living in that area because of the possibility of landslide and possibility of rock fall. I think the recommendations have fallen into deaf ears and people are still there.
To avert the unthinkable, NADMO says
the people in that community should pack bag and baggage because there is a looming hazard or disaster. We need a major demolition exercise with full commitment of the local government and all the authorities that be.
But for people like 73-year-old Alhassan Ashok and his family, it is a matter of making do with what they have. Probably the time to take drastic action is now, rather than wait to count the losses. Komla Adum, TV3 News, Weija.